Like I said, loving all the company, all your comments, interactions on social media. Prashant Nagpal says, very good commentary. Thank you so much, mate. I'm glad you're enjoying this game and my insights. That's wide. Ooh, she leaves it alone. She's not really sure. Why haven't you signaled that wide? She asks the umpire with her eyes. Perhaps that one just inside those wide parameters. Singapore, however, and Vinu Kumar are not going to complain. They get a valuable dot ball, whipped away on the leg side. And the fielders have work to do. They're not going to be able to cut off the two. In fact, yep, it won't be a boundary. I gotta say, this Omani dugout has me fooled sometimes. They're cheering every single run here. They cheered that too like it was a boundary. You have to say, I'm loving this energy right now from Oman. Oman and Singapore, of course. Neither of them, you can say, they're fancied teams in this tournament. It's left alone yet again. I think you've got to go for those. You can't just rely on the umpire to stretch his arms. You can't just count on a wide ball. You've got to go for it. 13 deliveries left in that innings. You had to go for it. Now it's 12 deliveries left. Oman, they're 94 for 4 after 18. What a comeback it's been for Oman. 61 runs coming off the last 8 overs for them. In any standard of cricket, that is a very, very good result for Oman. They're now 94 for 4 after 18 overs. Skipper Shafina Mahesh has brought herself back into the attack to bowl this, the penultimate over. Shafina Mahesh into her last over. 6 deliveries left in her spell. Round arm action, whipped away into the leg side. There is cover out there in the deep mid wicket, so just a single. A lot of you on YouTube in the last few minutes have been predicting a score in the region of 110. Congratulations, it looks like you might be right. That's full and driven. It's a long on, just a single. And look at that view count on YouTube. It's going up higher and higher and higher. It's approaching 1,200 views right now. So good to see. That's into the leg side. Just a single. They're looking for 2. They're coming back. A strong throw would have had the batter in trouble. But Oman, they get back for 2 and they get back quite easily. Shafina Mahesh into the attack yet again. That's full. A Yorker length delivery. Priyanka Mendoza unable to do much with that. She's undefeated on 41. Has definitely been pick of Oman's batters today. The sun is now out in full force here at the Kinrara Oval. Drying up the surface, drying up an already impressively quick outfield. Leaves that alone. This time Priyanka Mendoza will get the wide delivery she's been looking for. That score now moves on to 99. You better believe it. When Oman get to 100, we're going to see loud cheers from that Oman dugout. Absolutely love the energy from Oman. They've been the loudest, most vociferous dugout that I've seen in this tournament so far. And I've watched every single team in action so far. Here we go, Shafina Mahesh. She's whipped away into the leg side. How far has that gone? It's gone to the boundary. So a boundary to Oman brings them beyond 100, 103 for 4. And I told you it would happen, those loud cheers from the Omani dugout. Cheers of Oman, Oman. I gotta say, I don't have the most melodious voice. The members of that dugout doing a much better job than your commentator can. My job is to talk about cricket. Their job is to cheer on their teammates. They're doing it so well. One delivery left in Shafina Mahesh's spell. Bang down the ground, doesn't get all of it, but gets enough for a single to round off the 19th over. It's 104 for 4, with 6 deliveries left in this innings. Once again, that dugout. Let's go, Bhakti. Let's go, Oman. Clap, 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 clap. You know the tune if you've ever watched cricket live at a stadium. That's exactly how the beat goes. That's the melody. We have a change in bowling. Divya GK to bowl her 4th over. She's bowling all 4 of her overs in 4 different spells. Very interesting the way Shafina Mahesh has decided to use the off spinner. That's a big appeal. She's not going to get the wicket, but she gets a dot ball. It won't be easy for Oman to get a boundary away in this over. Divya GK, you've got to say, Singapore's best bowler. It's a big reason why she featured at the Fair Break Invitational. She's also Singapore's highest ever T20I run scorer. She's got a long on in position. Fuller length yet again. That long on comes into play, just as we were saying. Only a single, so 1 off the first 2 deliveries. Livia GK just trying to drag things back and doing a good job so far. She's bowled 20 balls in this game and only conceded 5 runs. Anyone who's seen Divya GK bowl before, this is not a surprising result. She does this time and time again, very disciplined, very tight with her lines. Fires that in, that's uppish, and it's flicked away into deep mid-wicket. The batters are gonna scamper through for 2. So a lot of you on YouTube were predicting that score of 107. Oman have now got that 107 score. Some of you predicted 110. Nobody predicted more than 110. So a boundary right now, and everyone who's made a prediction will be incorrect. I'm sorry if that offends some of you. Then again, I clearly wasn't brave enough to make a prediction, so kudos to the rest of you. That's down the ground, long on, has more work to do. Slight fumble, but that doesn't cost Singapore anything. 4 runs off the over so far. 108 for 4. 2 deliveries left now in the 20th over. There you go. I got it eventually. Priyanka Mendoza undefeated on 47. She's at the non-strikers end for now. Bhakti Shetty, she is on strike, 26 off 40. She whips that away. Deep mid-wicket should cut this off. Oh, they're going for 2. Are they going to get there? Nah, Divya GK, she's too good. Collects it cleanly and a run out. I have no issues with that, Oman. You got to go for as many runs as possible. The bad news is Priyanka Mendoza is the batter dismissed on this occasion. A fantastic knock from her. 47 off 37, a high impact innings, which has firmly established Oman as favorites in this game, you've got to say. 108 for 4, 1 delivery left now in the 20th over. 1 delivery left in this innings. And walking in now at number 7 is Amanda DaCosta. She wants to get a boundary away, of course. I'm just stating the obvious. But she's not going to be on strike. It's Bhakti Shetty facing up. And Divya GK, the off spinner, the responsibility of bowling this last over. She's kept it tight. Hasn't conceded a boundary in her entire spell. Definitely up there with Priyanka Mendoza as a top contender for player of the match. Slapped into the offside. It's going to be a dot ball to finish things off. In fact, they're going to get a wicket. Doesn't impact the final score, but the equation now for Singapore is simple. They have to chase 110. Oman, they end at 109 for 6 after 20 overs. A very, very good comeback from Oman. 76 runs. Oman ending with a flourish. You've got to give them credit. Priyanka Mendoza, 47 off 37. A very, very impressive knock. Look at that beautiful backdrop. Look at those clear-ish skies at the Kinrara Oval. Blue skies, white clouds. That's the important thing. The clouds are white. Let's look at that batting card. Like we were saying, Priyanka Mendoza starring. Perhaps unlucky to miss out on her half-century. Bhakti Shetty, 26 to her name. 109 for 6 is what Oman end on. There we go, the bowling card. 2 wickets apiece for Shafina Mahesh and Veenu Kumar, but that's it. That's all she wrote. That's everything that's there in the wickets column. Divya GK, however, 9 runs in her 4 overs, didn't take the wicket but kept it down. I have to say, Singapore's best bowler. So there you have it. The target now for Singapore is 110 in 20 overs at 5.5 runs and over. I'm one of your commentators for the day, Jay Dansakani. You like what you heard? You can always follow me on Twitter at Jay Dansakani. Be sure to follow the Malaysian Cricket Association, Crick Tracker, and ACC. We'll be with you shortly in around, I'm going to say 10 minutes. For the reply, Singapore need 110 to win. So welcome to day 4 of the ACC Women's T20 Championship at Singapore versus Oman. Oman in that first innings, losing the toss, being put into bat. They scored 109 for 6. A very, very competitive total, especially when you consider that they were 33 at the halfway mark. They scored 76 runs in the second half of that innings, and you feel like they're just in the box seat against Singapore, who are going to have to chase 110 for victory. Players are out there in the middle. Saya Chana, she will be opening things up for Oman. I predicted at the start of the game we'd have a very close contest today. The umpire getting the attention of the scorers, making sure that they're ready, because he's ready. And the players are ready as well. the wicket. Oh, that one just keeping low. We've seen that on more than one occasion today. So dot ball to kick things off for Oman. Singapore, on the other hand, with a left-right combination at the crease. Zehua Tan, the left-hander on strike. That's uppish. Oh, they're thinking about that run. A lot of hesitation there between the two batters. Jocelyn Purnakaran, the non-striker at the other end. Zehua Tan, the left-hander, she knows that they need to get off to a good start in this power play to chase down an imposing 110 target from Oman. How decisively the momentum has shifted in this encounter. That's up in the air. Oh, that's got to go down as a drop chance. Cover fielder there did get a hand on it. It looks like it stung her fingers a little bit. But at the end of the day, if it's in the air, you get your fingers to it, you're going to want to catch that. An early reprieve for the left-hander and for Singapore. They're yet to score a single run in this game, but it's still super early days. We're just 3 deliveries into this inning so far. Chase of 110 for Singapore. I'm going to check out YouTube. Let's see how many viewers we have. 627. Oh, there you go. Inside edge onto the stumps. First wicket down for Singapore. And Oman with an early advantage here. The right arm seamer Saya Chana just bringing that into the left-hander. Zehua Tan, she's going to have to walk back to the dugout. Sadly, she hasn't troubled the scorers. There we go, Zehua Tan. It's good to see she still has a smile on her face. Singapore, of course, by no means the tournament favorites. But like a few other teams in this tournament, they're here for the exposure. It's all a process. It's all about building those blocks today so you can get to special places tomorrow. You have to start somewhere. In any case, walking in at number 3 is the skipper, Shafina Mahesh. Didn't have the best day with the ball. It started well. She took a pair of wickets, then conceding 3 boundaries in an over to Priyanka Mendoza. Priyanka Mendoza, a fantastic innings from her. Just about missed out on her half-century, but she's made a strong claim to be crowned the player of the match. Saya Chana, she's got an early wicket. 2 wickets left in this first over. That's nudged away into the offside. Singapore still searching for their first run. Oman, the momentum is definitely with them. Oh, that one's down the leg side. First run's on the board for Singapore. That's driven into the offside. First run's off the bat. A strong throw. But it wasn't on target. Needed direct hit to cut off that single. Singapore 2 for 1 after the first over. There we go, those viewership figures on YouTube, they're going up. People have realized the second innings has commenced. If you're just joining us, Singapore won the toss, put Oman in. Oman 109 for 6. Singapore's target 110. That's left alone, and wisely so. Another wide delivery, the second wide of this contest. This innings, rather. Singapore score moving on to 3 for 1. Say Hua Tan, the left-hander, departing in the last over, just chopping onto her stumps. Bhakti Shetty, she's been nudged away into the offside. Oh, the non-striker wants a run. Shafina Mahesh, she's not interested. So the non-striker, Jocelyn Purnakaran, yet to face a single delivery. Punched away. In fact, that's been edged down to third man. It's running down to the boundary. It's slowing up, but it still gets there. So first boundary for Shafina Mahesh, first boundary for Singapore. Their score moves on to 7 for 1. Singapore telling Oman, what you can do, we can do better. That dugout from Singapore is loud. Really getting into this game. Shafina Mahesh, the skipper at the crease. Divya GK, former skipper, and their top T20I run scorer still to come. That's full on-off stump, nudged straight to backward point for a dot ball. It's left alone outside the off stump. Signal from the umpire, 2 deliveries left in this over. This is the second over of the innings, of course. Shafina Mahesh just collecting a boundary. This one's been squeezed to that cover fielder in the circle. So a decent comeback here from Bhakti Shetty after conceding that boundary earlier in the over. That boundary, Shafina Mahesh, perhaps not trying to get it that fine. She's not going to complain. She picked up 4, guides that away intentionally this time. That's going down to third man. It will just be a single. That's a very good throw and a direct hit. And Shafina Mahesh, she's going to steal the strike yet again. It's 8 for 1 after 2. Mixed fortunes for Singapore skipper Shafina Mahesh in this tournament. Taken for 3 boundaries and a 6 against Isha Oza when they played the UAE. Today, kicked off her spell in style with 2 early wickets before Priyanka Mendoza laid into her with 3 boundaries in 1 over. She's looked pretty good with the bat so far. That's a little uppish, but she's found the gap, she's timed it well. She gets enough power on it and she gets a boundary. That one going through the covers. Look at that, beautiful. Second boundary for Shafina Mahesh. She's into the double figures. That dugout once again making a lot of noise. Singapore's score moving on to 12 for 1 after 2.1. That's guided away once again, that third man region. There's work to do. And it's just going to be a single. But a good piece of cricket here from Shafina Mahesh. Collecting the boundary, looking for the single straight away. Just trying to minimize those dot balls, keep the scoreboard ticking along, and this has been a good start so far for Singapore. Never easy chasing a score like 110. Singapore, of course, before this tournament, close to 2.5 years without international cricket, playing a mess. No movement of the feet there, but it's going to be a bye. In fact, it could be more than just one bye. It's a boundary. 4 byes signaled by the umpire. Second boundary of the over for Singapore. This has been a really good start for them in the power play. That's exactly what they want. When the field is up, you want to get those boundaries. Get that early advantage. Get off to a quick start. That's exactly what they've done so far. For Oman, on the other hand, it's still early days. There's still time to pull things back in the power play. Saya Chana, she's running in. Oh, a play and a miss, and no, it's a no ball. She's overstepped. Saya Chana. Oh, absolutely criminal. I have to say, though, amongst all sides in the tournament, I've been really impressed. We haven't seen too many front foot no balls in this tournament. Perhaps a sign of progress for the women's game in the Asian region. Here we go, Saya Chana. A free hit for, a play and a miss. I was about to say a huge opportunity here for Jocelyn. She's unable to capitalize on that, however. That the sky's still looking good. Large areas of blue in the sky, misfielded yet again by the keeper. We're going to wait for the signal from the umpire, and yes, more byes. If these team sheets are any accurate, it's Vaishali Jesrani, the skipper behind the sticks there. So not quite leading by example, I have to say. That's been squeezed away. A quick single. Good stuff here from Singapore. Score now moves on to 20. They've lost a wicket. It's 20 for 1 after 3. It's driven into the offside. No run on offer. Good thing from Singapore is they're looking to score. They're not taking too many crazy risks, but there's really good intent from this top 3 so far. Shafina Mahesh, the skipper, leading by example. She's 12 not out off 12 deliveries. Going at a run a ball, of course. Ooh, that one just coming into the right-hander. Watchfully played. Second dot ball in succession, and Oman need a lot more of those. They've got to peg Singapore back in this power play. You don't want to concede the early advantage and start playing catch-up. Mid-on and mid-off are up in the circle, so an opportunity here for Shafina Mahesh. Driven straight to the covers, and it's a bit of a misfield, which allows the batters to scamper through for a single. And with that single, Jocelyn Purnakaran comes on to strike, yet to get off the mark. She'll be looking to change that as soon as possible. Into the offside. That's a dot ball. Oh, that's a big appeal. And perhaps there's no need to appeal. It's bowled the batter. Second wicket down now for Singapore. And Purnakaran is the batter who has to walk back to the dugout. The important thing for Malaysia is Shafina Mahesh, the skipper, is still there. And it's pretty soon you're going to see on your screens, Divya GK will be joining her at number 4. Very important breakthrough for Oman nonetheless. So we can see on that replay there. Leg stump goes cartwheeling. Well, not quite cartwheeling. The important thing is a wicket for Oman. So the score 22 for 2 for Singapore. 1 delivery left in the 4th over. 2 more power play overs after this. And a wicket at a very, very crucial juncture for Oman. It looked like Singapore were just starting to build a little bit of momentum. 2 of their best players at the crease right now. Shafina Mahesh at the non-striker's end. And it's Divya GK, former skipper and top T20 run scorer. She's on strike. That's tucked off the legs. Watchfully played. No run on offer. Dot ball to close things out. 22 for 2. Singapore after 4. There you have it. Singapore going at exactly 5.5 runs and over. That was the required rate at the start of the innings, and that remains the required rate. Left arm spinner into the attack now. Ooh, that one just drifting down the leg side. So it's not the best way to start, especially after you've just taken a wicket. You gotta keep it tight. You gotta maintain that discipline and put as much pressure as possible on the opposition. You don't want to be giving away free runs. Squeezed into the offside, no run on offer. Make no mistake, this is an absolutely massive period of play for Singapore. 2 of their best players at the crease right now. Shafina Mahesh, Divya GK. That's down the leg side, signaled wide by the umpire. They scamper through for a single. So 2 bonus runs here for Singapore. Down the leg side yet again. Perhaps just getting a bit of pad or her shirt on that. So the left arm spinner lucky to get away with that one. That's into the leg side. More runs here for Singapore. And looks like it's just going to be the two. Some interesting predictions here on YouTube. IG Toxic 10K says Divya today will score 50 plus. Anurag Singhania, Singapore win, 2 fire emojis he uses. Raj Kumar says Oman win 200%. I love how opinion is divided here on YouTube. That's how you know you have a close encounter. It's Oman and Singapore. If you're just joining us, I'm going to give you a brief recap. Oman, they lost the toss. They were put into bat. They were in trouble at 33 for 4. They scored 76 in the last 10 overs to finish on 109. That's been chipped into the cover region, and they will come through for a quick single. They make it home safely. But yes, Oman finishing on 109, setting Singapore a target of 110. Singapore right now are 27 for 2 after 5, keeping up with that required rate. At the start of the day, I predicted that we'd have a close encounter, and so far, there isn't too much to separate these two teams. Personally, I assumed Oman had the upper hand when they got 110. Apologies, 109. Singapore, courtesy of Shafina Mahesh, have responded strongly. They've been helped along, of course, by a couple of extras. Singapore, however, are not going to complain about that. Take your runs as they come. I'm interested to see their approach in the final over of the power play. Do they go for it? Or do they just play the ball on its merit? That's squeezed into the offside. That's well played. There could be an opportunity for 2. No, there isn't. The fielder in the cover region comes around in a flash. Wow, look at that. I'm getting a lot of notifications here on WhatsApp, including a couple of voice notes. I can't listen to voice notes when I'm in the comm box. There we go, squeezed out to backward point, a dot ball. Look at that. It's Pratham says Oman will win. It looks like he's copying and pasting that message over and over again. I don't think there's any secret about who he's supporting. That's been squeezed away to third man. And a useful single. Anurag Singhania responds, Singapore win in all caps. Madhusha Yahambat, keep it up, Singapore. Anand K, elegant and classic commentary, simple at its best. Thank you so much, Anand. Glad you're enjoying the broadcast. And if the rest of you are enjoying this broadcast, share it with your friends on social media. WhatsApp it to your friends and family. Together we can grow associate cricket and women's cricket. That's a big appeal, a very optimistic one. It's clearly sliding down leg and they scamper through for a leg bye. Hello, commentator. I never managed to catch what your name is, but you're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Mr. YouTube user. I cannot read languages other than English, so I don't know what your username is. But you can find me on Twitter at jdancinghani. That's also my name. There you go. Oh, a play and a miss, and once again the keeper lets that through. That's running away to the boundary, and yes, it gets there. So a really, really good way to end the power play here for Singapore. 1 delivery left. They're 34 for 2. They're more than just keeping up with this required rate. Singapore perhaps just wrestling control away from Oman, I beg your pardon. Required rate coming down now for Singapore. They require a further 76 of 85 balls. Left alone outside the off stump, she gets a bonus run, a wide delivery there. Skipper Vaishali Jasrani behind the sticks hasn't had the best day. That's been guided away down to third man, a bit of a misfield, but the batters, they're not going to run through for it. End of a productive power play for Singapore, 35 for 2 after 6. Signal from the umpire there, the end of the power play. What is your name, Mr. Commentator? My name is Jay Dansinghani. You can follow me on Twitter at, well, Jay Dansinghani. I keep it simple, I guess. But be sure to follow the Malaysian Cricket Association, the Asian Cricket Council as well. There we go. Flighted up by the left arm spinner into the offside, and it's a dot ball. Priyanka Mendoza, she's had a fantastic day so far. Just about missing out on a half century. With the bat, run out chance. Oh, perhaps a throw on milliseconds rather to make their crease. Tossed up outside the off stump, a play and a miss, and it's signaled a wide. Singapore skipper Shafina Mahesh on strike. She's 19 off 20. Divya GK at the non-strikers end, 5 off 9. Tries to guide that away. Does not get any connection on that. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Classic left arm spinner's dismissal there. That one pitching on middle and leg and getting rid of off stump. So that's the end of Shafina Mahesh. An absolutely massive wicket here for Oman. I have to say, with the fall of that wicket, the momentum is back with them. The pendulum has swung in Oman's favor. 37 for 3 now. Singapore, 2 deliveries left in the 7th over. Shafina Mahesh, she was looking good. Past tense, the operative word on this occasion. Shafina Mahesh walking back to the dugout. Chaturani Aberatne, she's walking out to the middle at number 5. She's got a lot of work to do as well. Required rate up until now has been under control. Those 3 wickets, a little bit concerning there for Singapore. Period of consolidation needed from Divya GK and the incoming batter. Priyanka Mendoza, the left arm spinner with her first breakthrough. Strong contender for player of the match already. Flights it. Oh, it's a big appeal and it's given straight away. No hesitation from the umpire. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Oman. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Priyanka Mendoza. This game has swung decisively in favor of Oman. Shafina Mahesh first to depart, and now the new batter at the crease, Chaturani Aberatne. She walks back to the dugout for a golden duck. It's been all action here in the second innings between Oman and Singapore. A target of 110 was never going to prove easy to chase for Singapore. They started well in the power play. 35 for 2 they were. Shafina Mahesh, she was on 19, undefeated at the time, but dismissed of a classical left arm spinner's dismissal. She was squared up and bowled by Priyanka Mendoza. Mendoza, of course, has struck yet again just minutes ago. Rani Aberatne, the unlucky batter on that occasion, was trapped plumb in front. The umpire did not hesitate at all. 37 for 4. One delivery left in the 7th over. Tossed up and pushed into the offside. It's a dot ball. A very successful over for
হ্যাঁ ভাই শুনতেছি। ভাইয়া 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 এখন সমস্যা সমস্যা হচ্ছে কথা বুঝে ভাই আমি বলতেছি ভাই আপনি ভাই এটা বলতেছি এখন আব্বা আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে ওরা আমাদের কাছে না বলে চলে গেছে ওর ইচ্ছামতো আসুক ওর ইচ্ছামতো আসুক ওর 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 মাত্রা চাক আর আব্বা আমার কথা হচ্ছে আর শরীরের কথা হচ্ছে যে আমি তো সত্যি থেকে আব্বা আমি তো করবো আব্বা আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে তো আমি ও আমাদের কাছে না বলে চলে গেছে প্রথম দেশে চলছে দ্বিতীয় দেশে ও আমাদের কাছে না বলে গেছে কেন আব্বা আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে আমি কোনো দিকে আসতে পারবো আমি ওই কাছে কেন ছোট হয়ে যাবো কারণ আব্বা আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে তাও আমি ওর কাছে কেন ছোট হয়ে যাবো সে ব্যক্তি চায় যে আমি যদি কোনো ছোট হই এখন এখন ওনারা আমি বুঝে বলছি যে বাবা বয়স হয়েছে ওই জন্য আমাকে নিয়ে মতো বয়স হয়েছে নিয়ে দিলে নিয়ে নিয়ে আসলে এটা নিয়ে তো যেদিন আমার যদি বাচ্চা হচ্ছে বুঝছেন যদি সাকিবও আসছে না কিন্তু যেগুলো পুরো আসছিল এরপরের দিন নাকি সবুজের বউ আসে দেখতে আসলে বিক্রি তো আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে যেহেতু আপনার একটা বাড়িতে যেহেতু আপনার একটা বাড়িতে যেহেতু আপনাদেরকে বলছে যে এই যে আমার বাড়িতে একটা আপনি বাড়িতে চলে আসে মা অনেকে বলছে সাথে অনেকে বলছে যে আসমা আমার বাড়িতে একটা তুমি যে বাড়িতে ছিল তাকে বাড়ি যান রান্না করলে ওই সময় চলে যেতে পারতো সুযোগ ছিল সেখানে চলে গেলাম তোমার বাড়ি নয় না ভাইয়া হয়তো ভাইয়া না আপনাদের যখন আপনাদের বাড়ি ছিল আব্বা বাড়ি দেখলাম আব্বা বাড়ি ছিল এখন চলে আসছে মা চলে আসলে ফিরে আব্বা ছিল বাড়ি দেখলাম আর বাড়ি খাই এই জন্য বলতেছে আব্বা বাড়ি দেখলে কিংবা ভিতরে দিয়ে আমার কথা হচ্ছে যে যখন আপনি চলে চলে যেতে খরচ রান্না করা হয়েছে তাহলে বলবেন কথা হচ্ছে আপনি ওই সময় জানেন না আব্বা আম্মা কথা হচ্ছে যে তার সঙ্গে কি সাথে যে ওর মা বাপকে ওইটা কাছে ছোটো করে রাখেন এখন সবুজের সবুজ নাকি সবুজের আব্বার কোনো আউট বলছে তুমি আবার তো আচ্ছা ভাইয়া আমি আমার তো একটা মানুষ আপনি আমার কথা রাখছেন আমি যাচ্ছি বলছিলাম আমার কথা দেখা যাবে আমার কথা রাখছেন শ্রমিকদের বসতে আহ্বান নামার সমস্যা বা শ্রমিকদের আহ্বান নামার সমস্যা বা আর কারো সমস্যা তারা যে পরিবার ডাকতেছেন যে সেখানে তারা বাড়িতে যাবে সাকিবের আপনি কেন বলতেছেন যে যাওয়ার জন্য
Pushed into the offside, a dot ball to close out the 11th over. Singapore 64 for 4.
হাসপাতালে নর্সিতে গেলে পরীক্ষা
Appreciate all the love on social media, on YouTube and on WhatsApp. We're getting screenshots of people listening into this game. Great to see. More and more people supporting associate cricket and women's cricket. Wide outside the off stump, and a big appeal from Vaishali Jesrani. Oh, she's beside herself. She feels like there was definitely a nick on that. All overthrows, very, very sloppy from Oman. You cannot afford to give away bonus runs like this. In fact, it looks as if perhaps the batters are going to refuse that run. Yeah, it looks like they might actually be refusing that run. Looked like it just came off a deflection. Sportspersonship there. Squeeze into the offside. No run. $64 for 4, Singapore. Yes, that rhymes. 4 Singapore. We have 4 deliveries left in the 12th over. Down the ground, straight to the bowler. 3 consecutive dot balls to kick off this over so far. Oman keeping it tight, trying to make a comeback here. After a string of extras, a couple of wides, a couple of full tosses as well. Singapore have cashed in on anything loose. That's cut away. Square on the offside, just a single. Looks like Saya Chana doing the cleaning up there. One of your 2 commentators for the day. In fact, I'm your only commentator for the day. Jay Danskani. Hope you've enjoyed this broadcast. I urge you to follow the Malaysian Cricket Association, the Asian Cricket Council, and Crick Tracker all over social media. There we go, around arm action, another full toss, a bit of a top edge. Work to do here for square leg, who runs around. She cuts it off, but not before the batters scamper through for 2, amidst cheers from the Singaporean dugout. Call to prayer, the azan ringing through Kinrara Oval right now. Making a comeback here from Singapore, 67 for 4. They are 1 delivery left in the 12th over. They require 43 now of 49 deliveries. They've got 6 wickets in hand. It's just a matter of turning the strike over, picking up those singles. 5 fielders in the circle for Oman. That's nudged down the ground. It's going to find that gap between long on and mid wicket in the circle. A simple single. That's the end of the over. 68 for 4 after 12.
Allah, maaf kor Allah.
Pasa ke golden. Go on this thing.
2, 3, 4, 5.
আমি এটা কি করবো?
Amanda DaCosta to continue from the other end. Guilty of bowling that full toss, which Meet Kumar capitalized on in her previous over. She's going to have to bowl a lot tighter if she wants to contain Singapore and perhaps even pick up a wicket. You'd have to say with 42 needed off 48 deliveries, a really good way to slow down the opposition is by taking a wicket. 5 fielders in the circle, 4 in the circle on the offside, mid wickets in the circle, and that deep square leg that you see on your screen. She cuts it off and it's just a single. Of course, we've got a long on in position as well. On the offside, we've got backward point and 2 fielders in the cover. We've got a short cover as well as mid off. Third man on the fence. That's down the ground, and oh no! That was a catching opportunity, and that goes down. You have to take those, especially at such a crucial juncture. Huge reprieve here for Singapore. They could have lost half their side. Instead, they pick up another useful single. That was a real opportunity there for Oman. You have to take catches like that. It was at a catchable height. You have to say a relatively simple chance as well. You cannot be dropping catches like that. Turned away into the leg side, no single on offer. Like that, it was at a catchable height. Better over for Amanda DaCosta. She was nearly rewarded with a wicket. Dropping catches like that. Turned away into the leg side, no single on offer. To me, it was Bhakti Shetty on that occasion. Played so well with the bat. There you go, full toss on leg stump, deep square leg, into yet again, and cuts it off. It's just a single. Look at that, YouTube on fire. We're past 2,000 views now on YouTube. 2,039 people are watching right now. Muhammad Nahidul Islam Rakib says it's a 50-50 game. That's lofted over the covers. Oh, I was about to say a good piece of fielding, but Bhakti Shetty with another misfield. Just a single turns into 2. Islam Rakib says it's a 50-50 game. That's lofted over the covers. Oh, I was about to say a good piece of fielding, but Bhakti Shetty. 73 for 4 now. 37 required off 43. Tries to go over the top, doesn't get a good connection, but will pick up a single. 73 for 4. Score moves on to 74 for 4 after 13. Tries to go over the top, doesn't get a good connection, but will pick up a single. 74 for 4. Sudhir Goganti says easy for Singapore. Vijaya Damang responds with Nepal. They're not playing this game. What an interesting comment to make. Rasul Surendran says it's a 50-50 game. Uses the laugh out loud emoji. There you go. Anurag Singhania, he's been with us the whole day, backing Singapore. That's been played away into the offside, just a single. Deep cover runs around and cuts it off. Anurag Singhania, he's been with us the whole day, backing Singapore. That's been played away into the offside, just a single. Deep cover runs around and cuts it off. Oh, the bat is not quite ready. Fast bowler's got to load up again. I don't think she appreciates that. Samira Khan into the attack now. Change in bowling. Will that result in a change in fortunes? Remains to be seen. A little late on that, but they're going to squeeze it out for a single to the offside. So much work to do there. Square of the wicket on both sides of the wicket. Fielders who have fielded there. Backward point, deep square leg. So much work to do for them throughout this innings. It's been a hot zone for Singapore. Full toss on leg stump. That's been put away. Oh, a catching chance. That one, I don't even think she got a hand on it. The batters, they're going to get back for two. Charlie Jesrani has been vociferous behind the sticks, appealing for everything, hands on her knees. She knows, as does the rest of Oman, that they need a wicket right now. Go. That's short, and that's punched away off the back foot. Cheers from the Singapore dugout. Muted cheers, because it's just a single. My throat just drying up a tad here in the commentary box. A lot of commentary hours so far in this tournament. A lot of excitement as well. This is proving to be one of the best games of the tournament so far. Singapore just about ahead in this encounter. That's pushed into the offside, mid-off. Cannot stop the single, so the runs continue to flow for Singapore. 80 for 4 now. They require a further 30 runs. They've got 37 deliveries to make this in. That's down the ground and a dot ball. End of the over, 80 for 4 after 14.
They decided against a run. Not sure why, if I'm being honest. They would have made it comfortably.
Here we go, Amanda DaCosta, the off spinner. That's a full toss, yet another one. That's shoveled into the leg side. Will it get to the boundary? There's work to do for the fielder. She comes around. That's off the boundary, but more useful runs here for Singapore. Really good partnership this between Vinu Kumar and Divya GK. Another full toss. This happens over and over again for Oman. And this time it's a boundary. Vinu Kumar does not miss out. It's been a feature of her innings, so severe on anything too full. She's peppered. That leg side boundary picks up yet another 4. 85 for 4 now after 14.2 overs. Run rate now getting up to 6 runs and over. Oman had a great chance of winning this game, especially when they took 2 wickets in that 7th over. Singapore were 4 down at that stage for 37. This partnership now approaching 50 runs. That's in the air. Will it be taken? No, it's put down yet again. That's the second drop catch we've seen in the last 10 minutes. Samira Khan on that occasion going in with just one hand. I feel like there was enough time to use both hands. Samira Khan, she's tall as well. It's full. Smacked straight into the cover region for a dot ball. So Amanda DaCosta on 3 separate occasions has delivered leg stump full tosses. 2 of those deliveries have been dispatched for boundaries by Veenu Kumar. Kumar batting on 27 of 28. Oh, a plain miss this time. That's a lot better from Amanda DaCosta, shortening up the length. That one just going on with the arm. Now this is interesting. Divya GK and Veenu Kumar just having a bit of a chat. I wonder if they're changing up their game plan in any way. Perhaps Divya GK just indicating, hey, we have the match in the bag. We just have to keep wickets in hand to keep calm. Just pick up those singles. And wait for those wide deliveries. Bonus run for Singapore.
Into the leg side, another full toss.
Close to 2,200 people now tuned in on YouTube. Into the leg side, another full toss. Loud screams from that dugout. And it's just a single on this occasion. Deep mid-wicket cleans up. Usha Yahambat says we want 6. Muhammad Shohel Rana, he wants a wicket. India Post Office. That user is backing Singapore.
Once again, that tension we spoke of earlier.
Another conference here between the 2 batters.
You're at Toronto.
Once again, that tension we spoke of earlier has returned. We're at Toronto.
Punched away, straight to cover. Useful dot ball for Oman.
Priyanka Mendoza into the attack, the left arm spinner. Punched away, straight to cover. Useful dot ball for Oman.
23 required off 29 deliveries. A comfortable 6 wickets in hand for them. 1 wicket right now.
They're on 87, Singapore. 23 required off 29 deliveries. A comfortable 6 wickets in hand for them. 1 wicket right now could really change things up. Kumar so aggressive throughout the day today.
Another play in a miss.
Been on point.
Mendoza delivering yet again for Oman.
Oh, another play and a miss. So consecutive dot balls. Priyanka Mendoza delivering yet again for Oman.
Tosses it up. And that's been punched too long off for a single.
Tosses it up, and that's been punched too long off for a single.
To the offside. Oh, no single on offer. Veenu Kumar gets home just in time at the non-striker's end. I have to say, perhaps that's just the dot ball pressure. 3 dot balls in this over so far, and 1 single.
Punch to the offside. Oh, no single on offer. Veenu Kumar gets home just in time at the non-striker's end.
Well, 5 runs and
You
over.
have to say perhaps that's just the dot ball pressure. 3 dot balls in this over so far, and the 1 single.
Runs and over. They need some tight.
So now 22 needed off 26. That required rate just edging a touch above 5 runs and over. Oman, they're going to want to push that required rate closer to 6 or even 7 runs and over. They need some tight numbers for that. That's short down the leg side. Oh, do not do that. Built up pressure with 3 dot balls on this over. You just give away a free run like that. If it was anyone else, perhaps I wouldn't be so harsh, but Priyanka Mendoza had a really good day with the ball so far. Picked up 2 wickets in her 4 over spell. away to the right of backward point. It's going to be at least a single. That's all it's going to be. Saya Chana cleans up in the deep. Needed in 25 balls. Full toss yet again, this time over the offside. Work to do there for long off who runs around. They cannot cut off 2 runs. Singapore's total moves on to 92 for 4 after 16. Singapore's total moves on to 92 for 4 after 16. A lot of work here to do for Oman. A lot of consultation between Vaishwani, Vaishali, Jesrani, I beg your pardon. Getting a little tongue-tied here in the commentary box with my dry throat. More than 4 hours of commentary back to back today. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's a brilliant job, this commentary. Here we go, Saya Chana into the attack. She get that breakthrough. She squeeze Oman back into contention in this contest. Here we go, Saya Chana. Khan, she's at long off right now. There's a long on in place as well. Squeeze Oman back into contention in this contest. She's at long off right now. Cover, backward point. 3rd man on the fence. Deep cover. Square leg and mid wicket in the circle. Cover. 3rd man on the fence. Deep cover. Apologies, that's a fine leg. Now, deep square leg coming into square leg. That's pushed into the offside, a very easy single. Easy single. On the other hand, they're thinking, can we get into that last over? Even if they have 4 runs to defend, they're going to give themselves a chance. That's down to long on. It's just going to be a single. 16 off 21 right now. Saya Chana, if she can get breakthrough, if the next over is tight, put a lot of pressure back on Singapore. That's how you get back into this game. That's how you build some momentum. That's how you stake your claim for victory in what's been a really close contest so far. On the leg stump, it's going to be leg byes, I believe. Signal from the umpire, yes, he backs up my hypothesis. More cheers here from the Singapore dugout. They're getting closer and closer to this target of 110. Not an easy target to chase at the start of the innings. The ball just keeping a little bit low on this track as well. What an innings it's been from Vinu Kumar. That's punched. Dot ball into the offside. Short cover there. Not making any mistake. 15 runs now needed. 19 deliveries left to play with for Singapore. Like we said earlier, get into the last over with at least 4 runs to defend. Oh no! That's a no ball, and that's going down to the boundary. Vinu Kumar, how many full tosses has she received? How many full tosses has she put away? The signal of free hit from the umpire, and it's 5 additional runs to the total for Singapore. They only need 10 runs to win now. The countdown has begun here at the Kinrara Oval. There you go, 100 on the board, 100 for 4. At one point, they were 37 for 4 in the 7th over. 2 wickets falling in that over, including the big wicket of Singapore skipper Shafina Mahesh. It's an entirely different story now, though. Vinu Kumar, free hit. Oh, it's a wide delivery. Make that 9 to win off 19. Like we said, if they with 4 runs or more required, Oman will have a chance to defend this total. It's going to be an uphill struggle from here on out. Another wide, so the free hit is still on. Kumar, undefeated, 36 off 39. Bang, she goes down the ground. Work to do here for Samira. She cuts it off, so it's just a single. "17 overs gone. Singapore looking strong, 102 for 4. Here we go, 8 runs to win, 18 deliveries left, 6 wickets in the bank. Smart. This is Singapore's game right now. It's really a